1-8,
18.
as they would say in America.
Yep.
Our numbers
somewhere else.
Konnichiwa.
I'm sure that is said somewhere else. Got me. I can't argue.
Is English just the powerhouse of languages?
I do know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So.
Big science guy, huh?
Well, yeah. Not sure why I know that, but
it's like easy to remember.
I didn't know how to write a check until I graduated.
Dude, I don't know how to still to this day. I don't. Sometimes I like. Am I spelling thousands right or something, or 100 or something? Mm-hmm. Is there a dash? No dash.
When we were learning how to write letters, and they were like, "You have to put a return address on there." I was like, "I don't want it back. I'm sending this to them.
Keep it.
They keep it." And they're like, "Well,
didn't you send something to Ray Allen or something?
Yeah,
or Paul Pierce or
no,
something?
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, you got something back?
We were supposed to send a letter to like our, I don't know, idol or whatever.
Yeah.
And not to flex or anything, I was the only one in the class that got anything back. It was a sick signed
finals tickets.
Yeah.
Courtside.
Like, oh, this must be my biggest fan. No, it was a sick signed picture of him. Don't know where it's at, and it haunts me to this day that I don't know where it's at.
I would have sold
Which I'm
that
sure
thing.
He probably just has like.
Oh, the pre-signed,
like
just
PR
team
cupboards full of pre-signed stuff.
Just hit them up again. I bet you get the same picture. That'd be.
I wouldn't hate it.
Hey, I sent you a letter like 15 years ago. I lost that picture. I need another one.
I'm gonna need another one because.
Is it? I was thinking about this the other day because some of my siblings are still in school.
Yep.
And learning things, and I'm just like. Why do we care about like this? Okay, I gotta think about this.
Yeah, like why do we care about how the
like geometry?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, or that geometry. Like they're all stressing about geometry. It's like, bro, I've been graduated from high school for 6 years now.
Yeah,
can't tell you a single time in those 6 years that I ever used a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Is that even geometry? I think that's algebra.
I have at least. There are at least people who like. I guess there are people who would do the others, but like, I feel like the math stuff is more common than the science stuff. So my thing is like, which the tough part is like, if you would have told me when I was in 6th grade that by the age of 24. I was going to be married with a house selling cars. I'd have told you, get lost. I'm going to the league. Right? So, like, it is hard from the school's perspective to, like, make sure that they're kind of covering all the bases. Because, like,
I think
how do they know? I mean, how would you change it? You let a bunch of, like, 15-year-olds pick what they want to learn. Cool. I'm going to 6 PE classes.
Well, I think you got to limit.
But you see what I'm saying?
No,
though, right?
yeah.
Like,
but also, if you think about it, if you let kids take classes that they want to learn in, like that they enjoy, I think the productivity in those classes will be so much higher. Like that's what college is, to an extent.
Yeah.
Like I had to take some like gen ed classes, right? That everyone has to take.
But here's your big difference. You're paying to go to college. So there's your incentive.
True.
Like you're
paying as in like I should be because I'm putting something into it, I should get something.
How much money did you spend to go to high school? You personally?
0.
How much money did you personally spend to go to college?
Thousands, bro.
So that's my exact point.
But
like you have something that you've invested. Nobody's making you go to college. Somebody at some point was making me go to school. And like, I don't want to be there, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm sitting there in every classroom full of 30 people who also don't want to be there.
But like, what if like it was a class that you enjoyed? Like, what are some classes in high school you enjoyed?
I'm saying like my senior year, I took an elective as a lifting class. I didn't go to the class.
I was in that class too.
I know. I literally just I went
Sat on
to
the bike.
Yeah, or well, the other thing too is there's no way I'm lifting during game days.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I know that at 2:00 I got this class, and at 4:00 I'm gonna be on the mound pitching, I'm not lifting. I would just sit and do yoga. So
I was not doing no yoga.
I did yoga. I did do yoga. I promise.
And weightlifting class?
Yes, I took my Chromebook out and I was like, "Yo, come on, bro. I can't be hurting myself. Let me just get stretched, basically."
They need me on that mound.
Yeah.
Number 2.
But you see what I'm saying? So I mean, I got to pick that class, and I was still like, meh, don't care.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just saying, I wonder if, I guess high school and college, you made that point, are a lot different. But I was just even in college, the classes that, I mean, I got to choose my schedule anyways. I mean, you schedule all your classes, but there's ones that you have to take, and then there's ones that you get to take.
Right.
And the ones that I got to choose, all my sports management classes and all of my other business classes, I loved those, and I was paying more attention and did better grade-wise in those classes because of the fact I enjoyed them.
Which don't get me wrong, because I completely agree that when I was taking my different business and sales classes at ICC, I was definitely more dialed in for those.
Mm-hmm.
But my problem is that I also had to take environmental biology. Don't care. I do not care.
And you're paying for it, so that
I'm
sucks.
paying for it. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Even in college, you still have to take, there are classes that you have to have in college.
Why do they require classes like that?
I don't know.
I'm a business major, and I'm learning about environmental.
Do you even, okay, when I say environmental biology, do you understand what I'm saying?
Trees?
Guess some things that we would talk about in that class.
Trees. Is it plant stuff? Environmental makes me think environment.
Some of it. Yep. A lot of it was the teacher basically complaining that the
global warming,
the coal plant that my dad works at, is the sole reason that the entire Earth is going to hell.
It's the sole reason all of us have electricity right now too.
So that would have been
19, yeah.
2020, somewhere in that range, right?
Yeah.
And basically at that point, the first couple days of class, the teacher is like, well, there's these different places, and places like Powerton, they're going to be closing down very soon. And I plop my hand up. She goes, yeah, what's up? And I go, oh, my dad manages that plant, and he's not worried about his job at all, I don't think. He's I mean, he seems pretty secure in what he's doing, I think. I mean, it seems and if anybody would know, there's only 2 guys that are higher than him, and one of them would be the owner. So, I mean, I feel if anyone have a grasp on it, he'd be up there for sure. And she was like, yeah, you're wrong. And I was like, got ya. Who's your insider? I bet it ain't higher than him.
I remember the worst class I had in college was a science class. It was a biology class.
Uh-huh.
It was low-level biology class. It was Bio 100 or something.
Okay, that class that I was just talking about was 109. So it was fairly high.
No, I'm pretty sure that's still low.
I was supposed to take 98.
Well, I
guess
what
I needed.
At Asbury, it was 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s. So 400s are senior level classes. So I wasn't sure. Okay. Anyways, it was a 100 level class. I took it my junior year because I was just pushing it off. It was a gen ed I had to take. Dude, this was the hardest class I've ever taken. I'm in there. He's just slideshow after slideshow. Yeah. I'm trying to take notes, whatever. And I was like, all right, first exam comes around. First off, the exams we're taking are SAT fill in the bubbles.
Yikes.
On a sheet that we have to give back to him, and he scans it.
Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, no thank you. PTSD right there.
Yeah, facts.
I studied my butt off for this exam, right? Mm-hmm. Get it back whenever I get it back the next week or something. 65%.
Mm-hmm.
I said, all right, if this is what I'm gonna get when I put effort into this, I'm just
might as well just not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
So I stopped trying. Passed the class and we're good.
Yeah.
But that
C's
was
get degrees.
That was a D, but
D's get degrees also.
That was the worst class, and that's when I realized that science will never be my thing.
I love science. So I did like pretty good in that class, despite the teacher not liking me. And that is my fault for being myself. I'll take that on the chin. I mean, we did this exercise where we got onto this website, and essentially the goal was to figure out if everybody lived like you lived, how many Earths would we need to sustain everybody's habits, right? So, like, if you
need a ton of chicken, is that what they're trying to get at?
No.
Okay.
So
I was just sure.
No. So, like, the amount that you drive, what you drive, how many people are in your household, how big is your house, all these different things. And so
that's science?
Yeah.
Seems like that would be like economics or something.
No, because it has nothing to do with money. It's all in what you are doing. How bad is it for Earth? So the way that you're living, it's basically was trying to open your eyes of like, wow, I see why global warming exists, right? So that's like the goal, basically. Yeah. So she was like, okay, everybody come up here and write your numbers down of what you got, how many Earths it would take. So there's probably 30 to 50-ish kids in the class. And everybody's walking up to the board one by one and writing down on the list how many Earths it would take, right? So
how do you know how many Earths it's going to take, though?
There's an algorithm that this website uses. So it asks you all these questions, and then it plops out a number.
Oh, okay.
So it's like some people walking up, and they're like half an Earth or 1.5 Earths, one or 2 Earths, whatever, right? Mine was 11.5. And I was towards the bottom of the list too, and she goes, How did you, what do you do? And, I explained like, okay.
Some answers to the questions.
Like college, first year of college, Brady was working at Lighthouse. So I was driving there every day. I was going to school in East Peoria almost every day. I'm driving a 2006 Hummer H3. My parents' house is enormous. There's 3 of us that live in there. There's all these things, and I'm explaining that to her, and she goes, I'm not trying to be rude, but I've only ever seen one person higher than that, and it was because her family lived in India, and she flew home every other week.
Holy smoke.
Yes, and hers was like 32 Earths.
Could you imagine flying home to India every other week?
Right. So she was like,
It had to be a PJ, bro.
Probably.
Had to have been. Also, why are you going to ICC?
Though? Yeah, why are you going to ICC for that? What? Like, go somewhere.
That's crazy. That's at least
I guess you don't have to be rich
flight.
And smart.
Yeah.
It wasn't her. Her parents are rich.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She had us set the room up, and I will say I was definitely the only conservative in that class. Like, as far as political stuff, like, and not that I'm like, Trump, like, I don't, but just like my views tend to lean more that way, right? And so she split us up, and she had agree, disagree, strongly disagree in the corners of the room, right?
I love these exercises.
Oh, dude, they're so amazing.
I love them.
So she would give us a question, and it would be like, having both parents is important in the home or whatever. And I'd be like, strongly agree. I think, yeah, like that makes a ton of sense. And there were people that were like, no, it doesn't matter at all. So it ended up essentially being just me versus the entire class on either agree or strongly disagree on the other side of the room. And we did that. It was a lab day. So it was an hour and a half of just me arguing with 40 people. And after the class, she pulled me aside and she was like, hey, would you mind staying back after class? And I was like, you gonna get mad at me for being myself again? And so I'm hanging out, and she's like, I really wanted to let you know that I really appreciate that you were willing to
stand out
and even though I don't agree with anything that you're saying, she said that. Even though I don't agree with what you're saying, like, at all, I really appreciate, that you were willing to stand up for yourself and what you believe in. And I was like,
honestly, we need more of that.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, thanks. Thanks at least for giving me the platform to...
Yeah.
And it did end up... I don't think there was any categories where... Because she was like, if somebody starts talking and they can change your mind, by all means, walk over there and show your support to them, right? I don't think there was any category where I didn't get at least 5 to 10 people, if not more, to come over to my side. And basically there was probably, I don't know, we probably did 30 things. We had a discussion with everyone, right? I think there was only 2 where I started with just one other person. And it was at the end, after they had basically came over to my side every time. He was basically just like,
Bray's over here. I'm running over
might
here.
just be right. I think I might think how this guy thinks. And he just started following wherever I went. And she'd be like, do you want to say anything? And he's like, I don't form my own opinions. I'm good. This guy's got it.
There was one class I had in college. Another one that I had to take was a music class. And like the way the class was set up was our only grade in the class was we had to go to concerts, like musical concerts on campus, and take notes and then turn them in. Yeah. That was our only grade. No exams, no.
Is that the same class where we had to go to the different church like experiences?
No. Different class.
Okay, I want you to tell that story too.
Which one?
Oh,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You tell this one and I'll tell your story for you.
So we're sitting in class one day taking notes.
Yeah.
He's playing different music styles or something.
That's cool.
He's like, all right, guys, go ahead and take out some notes. I want you guys to jot down some things. And me being me, lazy in class, I'm like, what's the point of me taking notes if you're not collecting them? Like he told us he's not collecting them.
Right.
And I'm not getting graded. So I'm just going to sit here and listen. So I did. Mostly everyone else was taking notes, right?
Yeah.
After class, that was like the last thing in class. He's like, Caleb, why don't you stay back real quick? I go, oh my goodness. So he calls me back. He's like, I noticed that you just like don't really be paying attention, like you didn't take any notes or whatever. And I was like, well, you said you didn't want it. Like you said you weren't collecting it. So I was just like, whatever. And he just like was kind of ripping into me for like being lazy in class or whatever. So I decided to be a smart ass and I was like, all right, like no one's going to call me out on that. So I get back to my room. First thing I do, jot down a page of notes on my computer, like legit notes from that, just from memory. Like my entire family's musically gifted.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like I understand music. Like
yeah.
myself, like I played piano a little bit and guitar, but like I didn't like further it. I didn't like my other siblings did, but I know it, understand it.
Yeah. Your mom is like,
fire.
Dude, she's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like jotting all these things down because it was like violins and cellos and pianos and all different ways to play it and everything. So I just jotted down a page of notes, emailed it to him, and was like, here's my notes for today.
Fire.
The next day, I'm walking to one of my other classes. He's walking by me. I go, oh, no. He stops me. He goes, Caleb. He's like, I just want to apologize for calling you out. He's like, I understand that you're getting this stuff. And he's like, you're super smart and gifted. He's like, I don't want you to like get lazy and not use your gifts or whatever.
Which, I mean, cool that he cared enough to.
Yeah, and looking back, it really was a smart ass move on me to like.
Yeah,
he called me out for a good reason, right? Yeah. But I was just like, I don't know. He was just like giving the compliment. I was like, appreciate it, and just kept going. And he never called me the rest of the class or anything. Like, I just kept doing the same thing. Didn't care. Like he just left me. So that was like,
you're a better man than me, because I for sure would have been like, I would have just made up some BS off. I would have been like, well, I just can't pay attention as well if I'm focusing on what I'm writing the whole time. I'm not taking in the next thing if I'm missing it because I'm writing. I'd have said some BS like that would have been like, oh, okay, I guess.
I had this question while you're talking about the agree-disagree thing.
Uh-huh.
You ever thought about being a lawyer? Dude, I feel like you would be.
Buddy.
I feel like you'd be a baller lawyer.
You know who would be a really good lawyer with me?
Someone I know?
Also in our friend group.
Charlie?
Yeah.
Y'all would be like Mike Ross and
a little Hodges Van Aken and
Enterprise. No. What are those places called?
Sons. little Hodges Van Aken and Sons.
Dude, I think if you like were willing to sit through 6 years of school and like work your butt off, you would like,
dude,
you'd be living the life right now.
Buddy, I could murder in court. Well, because not to like.
Would you be a plaintiff or a defendant?
I don't care.
Do you know the difference?
Yeah, I would be whatever.
I think you'd be a good defendant.
I think I'd be a better defense lawyer. Yeah. I think that I could do the other one. I think I'd be better as a defense lawyer.
Because you just like everything, like in any argument with you, you're just so good at turning it around on the other person.
Yeah. So
it's like
I really
gaslighting. That's the term. You're pretty good at gaslighting.
Not to toot my own horn, but one thing that I'm very, very good at is gaslighting you and then also making you feel good about it. Like, what? I can... Like, there's people at work that I'm low-key kind of mean to, but they enjoy it.
What's that mean?
I'll say something to them that's, like, super passive-aggressive, and they'll have a smile on their face when they walk away.
I don't think that's because they enjoy it. I think it's because in their head they're murdering you. That's why they're smiling.
They're just thinking about how they're gonna do it.
That's how they get through a day with Brady.
Yeah,
at work.
Yeah, I think you would be.
Well, don't come over to my desk and talk to me then. I didn't ask for you to come over here. That's why I think your mustache is stupid. Leave. Like,
calling out a specific person.
I don't know.
What was this church story you're talking
about? We were talking about one time. We were talking about speaking in tongues. And
there's people for a class that I was in but didn't do. Like, we had to go to different churches for experiences or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I did it, but not crazy. Some kids like went to like Hispanic churches and like they didn't even speak English or speak Spanish, and I was like, "How do you like? What do you do? Like? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that'd be so hard." And then some kids, there's two of them that I knew that went to Pentecostal church, and they were just like speaking in tongues, and they came back and you had to like talk about it. And their stories, I was just like, "What?"
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Like, I don't know how much of it is legit and how much of it is not legit, but that kind of stuff is like I would never.
Does Asbury have a denomination?
It's like Wesleyan or something. I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't know. That's literally what it's like, Wesleyan holiness or something like that. Which is like, I want to say it's probably close to Methodist, but I don't think so. I don't really know. I don't really know denominations like that.
I think you want to get into it.
Denominations?
Yeah. Because I low-key think they're kind of stupid. I understand the purposes, and I understand how it works, and how they all came from, all these different... Like, I understand it. Like, I do get it. But for me to... And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've always just felt like... So I grew up Lutheran, right? But if you were like, oh, I'm a Baptist, I'm not going to be like, okay. Gotcha. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some people are like that.
Right. I do feel like normally it's Catholics that are like, oh, you're not Catholic? Sick. Hope you have fun in the pit of hell. Rotting down there. Fun, buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't sit up and stand up and kneel and sit and kneel and stand and sit and kneel for 6 hours Sunday. So clearly you don't care.
I did go to a Catholic funeral one time.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there was a lot of standing up. It was also long.
So I'm saying,
it was like at least 2 hours, dude.
Bro, Catholic weddings are also like that. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like, don't hate on me. I grew up Lutheran. It was Catholic light. Like,
is it actually?
Basically.
It's the Shasta of God.
Dude. all I'm saying is if Catholic was Budweiser, Lutheran is Busch Light. That's all I'm saying. Just the same thing. It's just a little lighter. A little shorter. No kneeling. A little bit of standing, sitting. We had
some real wine at the communion table.
A little wine, a little wine. You go up there. You go up there and you kneel. You do kneel for communion. You do kneel.
At the funerals we took communion, which didn't quite make sense to me why we were taking communion at a funeral, but we had to go up there and take it from
a big cup.
The priest would give it to us or something. You know, everyone's doing the Catholic thing and then eating it and then something, and I just took it and ate it, and everyone was like, bro. The person that I was with, they're like, bro, you were supposed to like do this. I was like, I didn't know.
Hey, nobody told me, and I didn't get the email, so how am I supposed to know about the?
Yeah.
So I basically stopped going to the Lutheran church that I grew up in, like, kind of right before Maddie and I started dating. And then once Maddie and I started dating, we went to Elevate, where we go now. And Elevate's like pretty
modern.
Yeah. Like, you basically, we go in, we have 3 songs at the beginning, and then the service, he just like preaches for whatever 45 minutes, and then sometimes there's a song, sometimes there's something else. We'll take communion, offering, all that stuff. I mean, it's like just a pretty normal modern church, right? And when Maddie's grandma, I almost combined grandma with Maddie, is where I almost got Gratty. Yeah. When Maddie's grandma just passed away, it was a Lutheran funeral. And we were like, I mean, it was just a church service, which, like,
kind of throwback.
My entire life before Maddie was in a Lutheran church. And then Maddie's never seen me like involved in a Lutheran. She's never like seen me like that at all. And we get about halfway through, and we're doing something, and we're doing like one of the prayers that's like, or not prayers, but basically like the pastor says some stuff, and then we respond to it with some stuff. He says some stuff, we respond to it, and it's kind of like it's all in the little book or the paper thing they give out, you know. And we're about halfway through the church service, and that's happening, and I'm just responding to it like correctly, out of memory, correctly. And she looks up at me, looks at the paper, looks at me again, and realizes that I'm just standing there staring at him saying it. And she's like, "How do you know this?" It's like, I mean, I've been doing this like for a while. She's like, "How do you remember it?"
Yeah, there's some, like, it's just, I think it's cool though to like experience different things. I think it's important, you know? Especially like if you're trying to find your own faith, you know, like you gotta figure out what's best for you. But
honestly, one of the reasons that I kind of felt like I was getting, I don't know if burnout is the right word, because burnout kind of seems aggressive, but like the church services that we had been having were like, or at the Lutheran church with the old pastor. I haven't been there with the new pastor, but it was like a lot of 100-year-old man talking to 150-year-old people in the audience, and I'm sitting there as a
teenager,
whatever, 17, 18, 20-year-old, like, just, I felt like it, like, not that it wasn't for me, because that's like a selfish way to look at it, but like, just not
wasn't
getting it. And then we started going to Elevate, and it's not even just that it's modern, but like, our pastor is like, he's probably 40.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's probably pretty close to your dad's age.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a really good job of, like, he doesn't just sit there and read 10 pages out of the Bible and you just sit and like fall asleep listening to him. He'll like tell a story, which for me, it helps a ton with understanding, like, oh, and especially if he like, he'll throw in like, in modern day terms, that would be like this happening. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
versus like, I'm just interpreting somebody reading and I'm lost because I'm staring out the pretty glass windows. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
does that make sense?
I actually have found out that, like, I grew up my dad's church my entire life, right?
Yeah.
And then going to college, I was like, all right, well, now I got to try to find a church because it's like I've never had to do this before.
Right.
So I found a church that I really liked and that reminded me a lot of home. But, man, listening to that pastor, like, he was a great pastor, but there's times I'm just like, bro, I'm just falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then I come back home and I'm listening to my dad and I'm just like, it clicked. I was like, dude, I don't think I could ever listen to another pastor than my dad. Just like, and that
like
might
consistently.
be
Sometimes,
yeah.
Sometimes it's like a little like
nice.
A little reset is like, oh, okay, like here's something that's different. Then you go back and you're like, whoa, this is. I mean, like,
there's just, I think people that preach are like gifted to do that, right?
Yeah.
And I think, and no bias or anything, but I think my dad's just super gifted to preach.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And when he took his sabbatical this summer, like, they had different people speaking this summer at Crosswalk, and there was times I'd go and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, nothing against the person. I'm just like,
a lot of it,
my dad back,
it's kind of like a relationship. Like,
yeah, I just
you're not even just like, oh, I like this guy more because I've known him longer, but like, you just understand them. Like, you understand your dad probably better than almost anyone in the world.
Yeah.
Like, Rachel, and then probably you're up there, right? So I think that's probably part of it, is like the understanding and like willingness to really dial in on what he's saying, because there's like a level of trust there.
Yeah.
There
was the church that I went to in Kentucky. They now have 4 services on Sunday.
That's crazy. So is that it's huge?
Yeah, it's a big church. And I was thinking about it. I was like, I could never. As a pastor, I don't think I could.
It would be tough.
It would be so hard to just give the same thing 4 times.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's nice because the preparation, you're only prepping for one.
Right. I could
but
see
you got to do it 4 times. I feel like by the 3rd or 4th time, like, I would just be like
kind of
really going through the motions, and it won't be like authentic,
Yeah.
Like, that would be so hard.
Yeah. I think too, like, if I was a pastor, I'd probably want to do 2 at the max.
I think I would do like a Sunday, Wednesday type thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do 2 in the same day.
I'm just saying, like, if my church was big enough to do 2.
Yeah.
Like,
if you had to. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think that I would want to do more than 2.
Yeah.
Just because, and then, like, at least at that point, like, oh, I said this during the first one, and it, like,
didn't go.
It didn't make as much sense, or like the crowd
didn't flow.
Take
kind
it.
of, yeah.
Not crowd.
I do like that.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can kind of change this and make the second service a little bit better.
Yeah, for my job at the Christian Center, I have to give like devos to the kids before games and stuff. And like tomorrow, for example, I got to give one, and it is tough to, like, the first one always is my worst one,
Yeah.
I have to do it like 4 times.
Yeah.
And my first one's always my worst one, just because it's like by the second and third time, I'm figuring out like what I didn't like and what I was like, oh, I missed this part. Like I need to throw this back in there. And then I'm like not perfecting it, but like it's just my third and fourth one are so much better than my first ones because it's like practice. So I can understand that.
Right.
But it also at the same time like just authenticity. But
dude, Charlie said something to me the other day, and it has literally changed every prayer that I've had since he said it. And basically he was talking about, so I feel like I've never had this many people asking me for like prayer before, which is cool that there's that many people that are like, hey, this is happening and I think that you can help, or I believe that you can help me by praying, right? Like that is really cool. What sucks is that there's that many people that need prayer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was talking about how, like, essentially, it's tough to pray for something that's your will versus his will, and you know, like, because what I want doesn't necessarily matter. You know, like in the grand scheme of things, like I can sit here and I can, you know, if you were sick, I could be like, oh, make Caleb better. But if that's not his will, then I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that has changed like pretty much every prayer that I've had since then. And in a sense of like, it's not my job to like will things into happening. Like, but then it's also kind of tough because it's like, I do want those things to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that's, if you allow me to keep going, that's where I feel like I'm struggling a little bit of like, well, God already knows what I want. So for me to just sit here and tell him what I want doesn't even really make sense because he already knows. So at that point, you're just like talking to him to talk to him. Like you're just like trying, like building a relationship or something, you know? Like, I don't know. You have, this kind of feels like word vomit, but like, does that make sense? At least
no,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like I feel like there's a lot of times that when I would pray is like God help me with whatever, God give me this, God whatever, you know. And like I think that's important prayers, but also at times like that can't be our only prayers, you know.
Right.
Like you gotta have like prayers of Thanksgiving, you know, and you
right.
give,
oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
all these different things, but it's like I don't know. I think prayer in itself is just like what you mentioned. It's just talking to God. Like he knows everything already, you know. And I think
like there's nothing that I can do that's gonna be he's just gonna be up there like, whoa, didn't see that coming. You know, like it's so I think part of it, I can't like juke him out of pranked you. You know, like
I think it's just like that, building that relationship and coming to him with those things, and it's just like also just like a sense of like in prayer, like coming to him with like humility and stuff, you know, just humbling yourself.
Oh, 100%.
And so like I think just those things, like I don't know, like it's a tough thing for sure because it's like when you have a friend that has requests of whatever that you want to pray for, and it's like God, like help Caleb not be sick anymore.
Right.
But it's like
I
don't know. I think it's just tough because you gotta believe that he can. Yeah. You know. But you gotta like understand like just because of that doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
Right.
Necessarily.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Which that's where it's like, I mean, help him if it's your will.
Yeah.
You know.
And I mean like
I guess there's other things that you could, I mean, you could look and say, you know, I pray that because this happened, that there's, you know, other doors that get open that lead people to you. Stuff like that, which that makes a ton of sense. But I don't know. Another thing that he was talking about is like, you know, we're supposed to thank him for the difficulties that he's given us, that he's gotten us through, you know? But it's also kind of hard to be like, give me more of those bad times, you know? Like, thank you for helping me get through that. You got anything else for me to get through?
I mean, in the high school or the college, like, that was what I was struggling with, was just like going through some stuff, and it was just like the verses I always went to was James 1, like 3 and 4, that talks about like just perseverance through trials and stuff. And then it goes in like talking. It later says like, if any of you lacks anything, like ask God or something like that, He'll grant you wisdom or something. So I think it's just like, I don't know. I think everything He puts us through is for a purpose. You know,
right?
It's like
right.
Those trials are to build us for like, and like even like with my job, like now I just like, it was super cool to see like this past year has been a pain. Like, and when I was in Kentucky and stuff, just
literally
like
literally
trying to figure out a job.
Hey, my leg.
Trying to find a job, found one, really enjoyed it, and then it like got taken away, and then like struggling to find something. It's just like really frustrating to like trust God with like, yo, like I thought you had something for me right there.
Yeah,
took it away. Like what was that about?
Like what? Yeah.
And then it get hurt, and then it's like,
sometimes
okay,
it's
so what's
like,
that about?
What? Yeah, what are you trying to teach me?
Yeah, and like, I don't know. And now I have the job that I have, and like looking back, it was like super cool to see. Like I was just thinking about it when I first got the job. Like, whoa, like, okay, like the two summers I worked the summer camp.
Yeah,
you know, that was you building me in this area, and this summer where I did these camps. Like that was building me for this area. Like all those like things I learned from those experiences like are now like in one with the job that I'm doing now.
Right, yeah.
So it was just cool to see like, okay, like I can kind of see your hand and all that, kind of building it all
then
up.
Then you get back to, oh, okay, thanks. I can't see that far ahead. Thank you for
exactly.
Right.
I don't know. It's faith is the journey. You know.
Yeah. There's some times where I feel like, so like we do a daily devotional every day, and then we do like some other stuff. But I had like 3 or 4 things in a row, or like we had a devotional that was talking about all about forgiveness, and then I had the like, you know how the Bible app will send you a verse of the day.
Yeah,
it was about forgiveness. I opened up my Bible to read, just like something I just randomly opened up, just picked a page to open up and start reading. It was about forgiveness. I went up, and our guy up front, John, he, like I consider, you know, him like one of my pastors. Like, I mean, he's the guy that married us, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who I'm supposed to forgive, but I like keep getting hit in the head with it, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like I can't think of anyone that I'm holding some sort of grudge against. What? And he's like, I don't know, just keep reading, you'll figure it out. I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, it's cool. God's amazing. Life's crazy.
Amen.
Yeah. Got really religious there for the last 25 minutes, but
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, it's cool. Mike, what we got on the agenda here?
Ooh. Let me one time jump in and say, in this quick commercial break, that this podcast is brought to you by us and the t-shirts that you're potentially going to buy if you want one. We just
I low-key really thought that you had a legit ad, and I was low-key about to get excited.
No, it's just us.
Salt Lake Lighthouse.
Please sponsor us, anyone. So we have some t-shirts. We just put an order in. I do not have a confirmation on the order yet. At least I haven't seen a text back from her.
Only 30 though. So
yes, we've only got 30, and there is a good amount of people who have already asked for one. So this first round, in full transparency, we are going to kind of look at once we get them and figure out, what we're going to do in the future from there. Yeah.
Boys can't go out there and drop some money on $100 shirts.
Yeah. So we're gonna look into some stuff, and see, kind of what we're doing. Because what are we doing? Selling T-shirts. Hopefully, please buy them. Yeah. If you want them, and you have my number, Mike's number, or Caleb's number, text us what size you want. If you don't have our number, I run our Instagram account. So go in there, go to our DMs, and send me a message in there, because everyone should have access to it. It's public. Jump in there and send me a DM. Tell me what size you want, how many of them you want. The last post on our Instagram was kind of our concept for what the shirts look like. So that'll give you a little bit of an idea. It's just a black shirt. It says WRWD across the chest. It's going to have our logo on the back. All black and white, so it'll match anything that you want to wear it with. They're pretty sweet. So that's what we've been working on. We do have some hats left. We're assuming once we get the shirts, we're probably going to sell them for how much? We don't know yet.
We haven't officially decided.
So once we see them, we'll kind of make a game time decision on.
It will not be more than $25.
Yes, so we'll kind of make a game time decision on what we think that they should be worth, and then obviously we're not gonna try and gouge you guys, but we do have some needs. Like a camera that's not my phone would be one big one. So, this whole thing is being bankrolled by Caleb and I's extra throwaway money, and we've had a ton of donations from different people that have helped us with different things along the way. We've done, by the time that this comes out, we'll have 18 episodes out. And our biggest expense so far has been the microphones that we're using for this episode. Other than that, we've gotten computers for free. We've gotten kind of everything that we've needed. God's kind of let us have access to, which has been pretty cool. So thank you guys for all the support that you've given us. And let us know what size t-shirt you wear, and we'll get you one. Sweet.
How's a long...
Now back to the episode.
A commercial there.
Sorry.
All right, Mike. What we got on the agenda?
We got spelling bee, and then would you rather's.
Which one do you want to do first?
Spelling bee. I want to get out of the way, bro.
Is that when you want to go first?
Bring it back. How many words we each got? 2, 3?
We'll do... You guys will each have 2 words and then 1 tiebreaker.
Love it. Love it.
Because we have a good amount of would you rather's.
Good.
I think those would be fun.
Good.
Yep.
I'll go first, Michael.
I'll even let you pick the word.
No.
Pick a number 1 through 5. I'm sorry, 1 through 4.
5th is the tiebreaker.
3.5. 3.
3. Okay. Brady, your word is pterodactyl.
Yeah, 2. You heard me wrong.
Pass.
Popcorn Caleb.
Popcorn was always the craziest thing in school, bro. I'd read a sentence and be like, all right, take it over.
Popcorn sucked for me because
kids want to hear you read. Just pick on you.
It was so bad. I just can't read still. But what was nice for me would be if I knew how many people were reading a paragraph before me, I would go ahead and pre-read.
Yeah.
so that
Make sure
I
you
at
knew
least
anything.
had somewhat of a chance.
I do that all
Give
the
me
time.
like a couple minutes to figure out if there was a, and then it would always be somebody would read 2 paragraphs, and I'd stand up and I'd.
They either read 2 paragraphs, or you counted wrong because you were worried, and you read the paragraph before or after, and then you got screwed.
Yeah.
Yep. Pterodactyl.
I think pterodactyl.
Starts with a P.
You're kidding, right?
Hell of a start.
It is, right?
Yeah. You got that part right.
P.
Yo,
That's what I'm saying.
B.
No.
I was like, you got to be kidding
No.
me, right?
That's I
didn't even know it started with a P.
Yeah. Golly. How do you get
Sound that mug out. You got it.
pterodactyl?
Yeah.
And it starts with a P.
Yeah, well, it has to be
You
the
got
next letter then.
H?
Good night.
Is it an H? You can't be for real.
No. I really don't know.
You don't know the next letter?
I don't think I know.
Okay. Pterodactyl.
Like,
Oh, so it's so it's PT.
Yeah. Yep.
ER.
Yep.
A.
Nope.
the 2 R's.
So PTA. Wait.
E.
PT. E. R.
Mhm.
I.
Nope.
I don't know, dude. I really don't know.
I couldn't tell you. PTER. Is there
No.
2 R's?
Nope.
So PTER. Is it an O?
No.
This is
It is. Here, I'll give it to you.
this is horrible.
That's a hard word.
It's PTERODACTYL.
Didn't I just say O and you said no?
No.
You didn't.
You also forgot to say the E before the R a couple times.
Dinosaurs aren't real, so.
All right, Caleb. 1, 2, or 3.
Uno.
Chauffeur.
I just picked 3.
Yeah, so it'd be 1, 2, or 4, but.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4. It's fine.
What was it? Chauffeur?
Chauffeur.
I feel so stupid, and I really would
I think I
love
know
to
this
see
one. I
any
low-key
of you
think I know
making
this
fun
one.
of me right now at home. I would love to see you come sit down here and you spell freaking pterodactyl with a P. I hate any of you that are laughing at me right now. I hate you, and I will fight you. I will give you my address. You can pull up, and I will fight you. I do not care.
I will tell you, minus that one mishap, it's been fun sitting on this side.
Oh yeah, I bet it's been great.
Just wait.
6666666.
I said besides that one.
Just wait, bro. You still got 3 more words you got to say.
No, it's not. We're not getting to a tiebreaker.
You are. If you
chauffeur.
I will 1, 2, 3 concede before we get there.
Chauffeur. I low-key think I know this one, but all right. CHOFER. That's gotta be right.
You couldn't be more wrong. I think if you.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Chauffeur.
I don't know how
Is
to
it
spell
not
but I know that's
CH?
not it.
It's CH, yeah.
And then O.
And then no.
CH.
Is it a P then? Not P.
How do you make that sound without an O?
E? CHE?
No.
I don't know, man. I really don't
I felt
know.
real confident about that one. I don't even think I don't even
Good.
know.
CHAUFFEUR.
Chauffeur.
These words are messed up, bro.
Could you imagine
Oh,
showing someone who just learned exactly how English works, and then you go, okay, now that you know everything you need to know to form words, here's pterodactyl.
Silent letters, yeah. Boom. All right. Ready,
I
2
feel
or
like
4?
I should have known that one, actually. That kind of makes me mad.
Would you rather have 2 or 4?
At this rate, I don't think it matters for either of us.
Give me 2.
Vengeance.
VENGINCE. No. ANCE.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Come on though, that was pretty good.
That was good.
Pretty good. I thought you had that one for
Kind of
real.
happy you probably.
Low key,
That was a good
half
pick
point.
on you.
That's a
low
half
key,
point.
my first thought was A, and then I was like, he's tricked us so hard the last 2 times. I was like,
I think I would have went ENCE before I went INCE, but
yeah.
that was solid effort.
I was thinking
you came out strong out the gate. All right, Caleb. Blame Brady for this. Egregious.
Yeah, that's egregious. The fact that you have to spell that's egregious.
Egregious. Egregious.
What is Impractical Jokers?
Dude, I saw the funniest Impractical Jokers clip, dude. It made me laugh. I watched 3 times.
One of the names they give out is Regis McBasketball.
I love Impractical Jokers, bro. I was watching this one episode on TikTok. It was like this kid was supposed to come up and spray Sal, and like it was part of the prank, and then it was like supposed to be some whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the kid keeps messing up. The first couple times he messes up like on accident.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's like mess with him.
Yeah,
So they messed it up, dude. I was dying, dude. I watched it 3 or 4 times, and it was so funny,
Sal was
bro.
getting pissed.
He was so mad.
He was like, "Who is this? What?
He's like,
Dude,
make sure
can we get somebody that knows what they're doing?"
The one that made me laugh so hard was like one of the last ones. He's like, make sure they don't yell "stick 'em up" very loud. He's like, it's really quiet. There's a lot of people around. Kid runs up, "Stick 'em up!" I was dying, bro. I was dying. It's like 12 o'clock at night, and I'm just dying laughing.
Maddie and I will watch that. Like,
yeah, it's so
like,
far. I miss Joe or whatever, but
it's you know how a lot of people watch like Friends or The Office or whatever
on repeat.
And Practical Jokers is like my
It's your feel-good show.
yeah.
Feel-good show.
Yeah,
Comfort
where
show.
it's like even if I know like the punishment, I know who's gonna have the punishment, I know what's happening in the episodes. Don't care.
It's
Still funny.
like The Office for me is the in between. So like usually how my TV watching goes is I find a show and I binge it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what to watch, so then I'll go to The Office or something that I know.
Yep.
And just watch that until I find another show that I'm like, all right, let's binge this one.
Yeah.
So it's like my in between show that like it never doesn't hit, you know.
Right.
So far. All right, I did all that so I didn't have to spell this word.
Yep.
I can't even remember what the word
Egregious.
was. Egregious.
Egregious. Right? Isn't that how you say it? Egregious.
Is
Egregious.
it like spelled as agree as the first part? Nope. Okay.
Got me.
We're in trouble. Egregious.
Sucks that I picked the easiest word and got it bad. I would also argue I had the hardest word.
Pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Did you not spell chauffeur?
No. But it's got to be easier than pterodactyl.
When I'm trying to picture the word on how to spell it, I just get agree every time. So I don't know where to start.
Yeah. I don't know how to start anywhere. It's got to be an E then. It has to.
No, I think it's A-G. Agree.
Stuck on agree. Do you start it with spelling agree? No. Okay, well, I'm going to start it by spelling agree. And then we'll
All
go.
right, let's go with the E. Let's go to the R. The E. Was it again? Say the word. Egregious.
Egregious. Yep.
Egregious.
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 Language of origin.
E. Can you get that
Can
in
I
a
use it in a
sentence?
sentence?
Adjective.
It is
Especially
absolutely
bad.
It is absolutely egregious that you have to spell this word right now.
E-G-R. E-G-I-O-U-S.
Dub. Nail on the head, bud.
Give me that!
Brady,
That
you
was
have to
clean.
spell conscientious.
That one can't. That one's
But
not
I
that
get
bad. That
punished
one's not that bad.
because I didn't spell either of my words right.
Yeah.
Conscientious.
Conscientious. That was compliment to Jenna. So,
Yeah, that's cool, Jen. Hey, Jen, I'm gonna remember that. Best believe I'm gonna remember that.
Or you can both spell it.
CONCIOUS. Did I just spell conscious?
I think so.
I think I just spelled conscious.
What was the word again?
Part of the word. Conscience. Golly.
Conscientious.
I can't look at the word. I don't know what it is.
Do you want me to tell you?
Huh?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
C-O-N. So you had C-O-N, right?
Uh-huh.
And then
Can we just pause for 1 second? I did just say that I wanted to see the word so I could read it, so that I could spell it.
Yeah. You'd still mess it up.
Big brain. I would still mess it up.
You were close. You had C-O-N, and then it goes S-C-I. So you had the C-I. You forgot S.
Gotcha.
And then E-N-T-I-O-U-S. Mm-hmm.
You don't say.
That can't be right.
We got some riddles or something? Or what
would you rather?
Would you rather?
Yes.
I like that.
Throw them.
These are
a lot easier.
I like that.
These are all of these.
Norm at work. Shout out Norm. He does not listen to the podcast, but every day he asks me what the podcast is going to be about. He's like, "What's the podcast about this week?" And I'm like, "I have no idea,
dude." As soon as we're done recording,
you ask me, "Hey, what's a good title?" I'm like, "I have no.
I don't even remember what we talked about.
I zero clue what we even talked about for
me neither.
An hour.
We need to start for the editing purposes. When we're editing, we need to start like
title,
so that we're like, oh, okay, maybe we can use this one. All right.
The title of this one should be Pterodactyl.
Spelled wrong.
It's got to be either that or The Boys Talk Jesus.
That's
funny. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was funny. All right, go ahead. Would you rather's?
Dude, would you rather's? I got 3 of them.
Okay, would you rather? Never mind. Go ahead.
There's 3 of them.
On live television.
All of them compliments of Jenna. She found them all.
All right.
I have more than 3 if we need more, but these are the 3 I picked.
We'll see how it takes us.
First one. Would you rather be forced to live the same day over again for a full year or take 3 years off your life?
3 years off my life.
Same day.
Really?
Same day for a full year?
Oh, for 1 year?
Yeah. Same day for a full year or take 3 years off your life.
Do I get to change it?
Do I get some kind of guarantee in how long I live then?
Nope. Just taking 3 years off. No guarantees. It could be a bad day. It could be a good day for that whole year or 3 years off your life.
For this same day, do I know it's the same day every day?
Yeah.
So
like,
am I aware that it's the same day, and can I change it up every time?
What's that movie with?
Or do I have to do the exact same
There's a
thing?
movie with someone, but I think so in the movie he eventually figures it out. It's the same day. So I think eventually you would
Groundhog
figure it out.
Day. I think that's what the movie's called.
It's got
I'm pretty sure it's called Groundhog Day.
It's one with Tom Cruise or something, isn't it?
No, it's
not Groundhog Day, but all right.
Mother of Pearl.
I think I'd go the same day.
Family friendly show. Same day?
I think I would. If I knew what my 3 years was.
If you told me no matter what. Okay, so if you told me I was going to live to 80 years old or 87 or 77, I think I'd take 3 years off.
Yeah, if you know.
If it's
25 or 28.
Well, I'm just saying, if I don't, I mean, because like Loki, I mean, you could. So are you safe for a year then? If you're not, I mean, if you make it through the day that you start your.
I wouldn't think you're gonna die.
What if I died in that
dying
day?
Every day. That's that movie with Tom Cruise.
Could you imagine first day being free, being able to relive a real? You get in like a car wreck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm free.
I feel like if me personally, I think I would take 3 years off my life just because if you for a full year living that same day, like that's gonna, I feel like that'll do some damage. And then day 366,
it just depends on like how same is a day.
You're missing
But the thing is everybody else
How would you know what
also.
you're missing? You have no clue what you're missing.
What's that 3 years matter then?
Well, the 3 years. The thing with the 3 years is like, okay,
If I make it to be in my 80s, I'm not going to want to live the extra 3 years anyway.
What if you don't know that you're going to die like in a year and a half from now, and then you're like, take 3 years off my life, and then you're just dead now because that was the 3 years you took off because you only have a year and a half left.
I'm just thinking about what I did today. Actually, you didn't work today. I didn't work today. Okay, pause. I didn't work today. I woke up. I played
COD for like 5 hours.
I played COD for a while with Mike and Grease. Then left, got Jimmy John's with Mike.
Gas.
Yeah, fire. I've been wanting since you asked me if I wanted to go. So got lunch with him. We worked on his car for a while. Came home, hooped. Ain't a bad day.
Would the
Ain't
person?
A bad day. If tomorrow I woke up and I was like, shit, here we go again, I wouldn't be mad. And recording a podcast. We have a podcast come out every day.
Same every day.
I think every day would be the move.
This thing like
same
the same events.
As long as I get to pick
for a year.
As long as I get to pick the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm in all day. Good one, Jen. I got a nice little discussion out of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one. Would you rather lose your sight or your memories?
Sight or memories?
I 100%. I would have put the house on sight or hearing. Was what you were gonna say.
That's the first sentence. I think this is true. Not 100% sure though, but I think after like, say I was to go blind right now, I think after so long, I would forget what like you or anyone like what stuff was. Does that make sense? So like,
you mean like forget what people look like?
Yeah, like so I would lose some of my memories
like,
from the get go just because.
No, but this is like all memories gone. So like think back at like your favorite memory.
I'm going sight for sure. I mean, I'm going sight for sure.
Like, I like, dude. I want to like remember my wedding and stuff.
Right.
That would suck.
No. You just got really like sad and like
that would
suck.
That would suck.
It would. Yeah, I would have to agree with you guys that losing a core memory like that would suck. But you just like
it would also suck not to be able to see my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
That would also
be
terrible.
But also
every morning you gotta start your day just.
Dude, honestly. Chill, bro.
I gotta remember what these.
Okay, yeah. Surprise. Married man likes his wife.
For real.
Shocker.
All right. So we're all in agreement that sight is the move.
I would say
it's okay, but then it also kind of sucks because losing your sight would mean that all of your memories that you're going to make for the rest of your life are tainted.
Exactly.
Like,
but you'd still remember like the birth of your first child.
No, would you? You wouldn't remember what it looked like. Yeah. What are you going to remember? The smell?
You would remember maybe.
Sorry, that was the first. That was the first sentence I thought. Not the hearing would be much. Not the hearing would be much better. I don't feel. Yeah, the only thing I remember from that day was
Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm going sight.
I'm gonna go sight too.
Okay.
I guess.
That one
sucks. That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you rather lose your sight or your hearing?
Hearing.
I think hearing too.
Yeah.
But it would suck not being able to listen to music. What Are We Doing podcast or
Facts. That'd be the biggest hit.
Plug again. This episode's brought to you by us again. We bankroll everything. Please help us.
All right. Third one. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you touch paper or bite your tongue every time you eat?
Paper cut every time you touch paper?
Yep. Or bite your tongue every time you eat.
Paper cut.
Paper cut. I'm
Paper
just
cut.
gonna stay away from paper.
Paper cut. Yeah.
I think that's
Stay away from
sting.
paper.
No, where do you think of your job?
Yeah, I touch paper like all day.
Yeah.
I could go with.
And I have so much.
You're gonna bleed out for the days off.
Yeah. Don't care. I'll wear gloves.
Cuts in the glove.
I don't think that's how
fine.
It works. But
I don't care. I'd take that. I would just touch all the paper with my knee or something. I don't really care.
I'm also saying
I hate biting my tongue.
I'm also saying paper cuts, but that's only because like it would essentially be a canker sore. Like Jenna when she
If there was an amount of money that I could pay to make canker sores not exist, I'd pay it.
Yeah, absolutely. But like when Jenna bit her tongue, one of the procedures, like took a chunk of her tongue off. They literally gave her liquid lidocaine to pour on it. It burned, pouring the pain med to make it not hurt.
Yeah. When I get cankers, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this or not, but salt's for. Can't say that. Salt is for not strong individuals, and I'm a man.
So what do you put on?
I gargle with peroxide.
Oh, I've done that too.
I'm a monster.
Peroxide, salt, Listerine.
I like to do a peroxide and then immediately do Listerine. The fake Listerine that we have here, you were crying like a baby.
That stuff stank. I was crying.
Yeah, you had tears.
It burned.
Got a little water.
Hit me on the boo boo. It burned.
Some little tears.
I honestly very rarely get canker sores. I think I've maybe had it 5 or so.
Right before I got mono, I got like a ton. I didn't know what that was about.
Sign, I guess.
When I had mono, they were like, "Hey, your spleen's supposed to be 11 inches, and now
you
it's
said
17."
That.
And I was like,
"So can I golf tomorrow?"
Yeah, and he was like, "No, buddy, you need to like low key sleep in a recliner because if you roll over like the wrong way, you'll probably die." And I was like, "Word."
So no golf.
I was like, "So big golf meet coming up."
Half swing.
Yeah, can I? How about what if I just putted?
All right. So I think we're in consensus with paper cut there.
Yeah. Paper cut.
Yeah.
Paper cut on 3.
1, 2, 3. Paper
cut. Either more would you rather's or Jenna just. She texted me a question. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys say.
Send it.
Okay.
Hit it.
If a door's closed, is it on or off?
On.
On.
It's 100% on.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, but
I've heard this argument before.
Nope. There's no other way to think about it.
No, but I'm playing devil's advocate here.
The door's doing what it's supposed to do if it's shut.
It's on. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The door's purpose is over once it's open.
Okay.
Amen.
Is it?
Thank you.
Because
thank you. Don't
the door get
look
in.
at
You
me
gotta
all
get
stir
in.
there. That's what I was gonna say.
Shoot.
That's why I was playing devil's advocate because if it's open, it's
Uh-huh.
also serving its purpose,
Right.
allowing you to go in the room and
Yeah.
allowing you to go out of the room.
Yeah.
That's why I was playing devil's advocate.
I would argue that the door's job is to be shut. The doorway's job is to let you in. The wall is to keep you out. But the doorway is what you walk through. You don't walk through the door.
But the door's job is also allowing you access into and out of a room.
I think
I still like my.
I think it's on
answer.
if it's shut because otherwise, like, what's the point of a door if it's not supposed to be shut? Like if you're saying on is the door open, then just get rid of the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think
it's just wall, or it would just
be an open.
Right. Yeah.
Like
the door's job is to connect the wall to be shut.
Yeah, it's allowing you to.
Otherwise, it could. Right. Exactly. It could just be a doorway.
Opening, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think on means it's shut.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's more doors or wheels on the earth?
Doors.
Buddy.
Doors.
You ever seen a car before?
Yeah.
This room has 3 doors. My car has 4 wheels.
I bet there's more doors in this house right now than there is wheels outside. If you're like between our 3 cars and the one in the garage.
Hey, Mike, what was that thing you were playing with earlier? Yeah, How about you throw that in front of the camera quick?
Little toy Lamborghini.
How many wheels on that thing? Ain't no doors open on it.
I think there was. I think it was that. Is that the actual debate? Because there's something with wheels and something else.
There's some wheels. Yes, sir.
It's like the Lightning McQueen thing. It's like
I just saw lightning strike. It was, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Hit us with another would you rather, and then we'll get this thing wrapped up.
Okay. Let's do.
Dude, I've had to pee since like minute marker 29.
Almost.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather never be able to go out at night or never be able to go out during the day?
Wow. Can we put the microphone down for 1 second?
What time's it? 1:15. I need to make sure that doesn't get in there.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Okay.
Day or night? I'm 100% going night.
Do you have another one?
Oh, speaking of night.
Before we talk about this, okay, no, you go.
I want to go night golfing one night.
That'd be cool.
One time.
With the glow in the dark balls?
Yeah.
Loki probably. As long as you can see the fairways and stuff.
Well, some of the places that I've seen
markers,
are markers, or there's literally lights.
Yeah.
Like a ball field, but they're not all the way down. Isn't the whole thing's not lit?
Right.
But I think that'd be fun.
Will you say the other one and then us pick which one we want to talk about?
Yeah, let's hear it.
That's fine. The other one is: would you rather have someone spread terrible lies about you, or have someone tell terrible but true tales about you?
It's 100% lies, right?
Terrible lies, or the terrible truth?
They're saying they're spreading stuff that's true, but not something you would like publicly.
Yeah, true but not good. Like something about you.
May I prove them wrong?
For the sake of the question, no.
I'm saying lies 100%. Just for myself,
it doesn't matter.
But would the lies be worse than the truth?
Because either way, you can say that's not true to either one, but it's not going to matter.
But it's the fact that you know. So it's like
I'm going to pick. Actually, that is a so super great point that you just brought up. I'm going to pick the opposite of what Caleb is saying for the exact opposite reason of why he's saying it. There is nothing more frustrating than when I'm telling the truth, but lying. You don't believe me.
Yeah, but the question was that they're telling the truth.
I know.
But and it's still not.
If you're spreading right, but if you're spreading lies about me, that's going to suck because I'm going to go, no, I didn't do that. And you're going to go, yeah, right. If I did something wrong and then somebody's like, hey, you did this wrong, I'm going to go, yeah, it's true. It sucks. I did do that.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. I would not want to do that. Yeah. I think I would rather know that what they're saying is just not true versus what they're saying is true. Yeah. We're split. Mike, where are you at?
I just hate the feeling of, when I'm telling the truth and nobody believes me, that is such a crushing feeling.
Okay, take you out of it. Would you rather people know something that's true, that's bad?
It doesn't matter to them.
Believe something that's not true.
It doesn't matter.
So you're saying, okay.
All right, Mike. What's something mean that I can say about you?
Me?
Yeah, if I'm just
So, okay.
All right, Mike.
So no, here's
Caleb hit somebody with his car. Hit and run. Okay. Killed the person.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the truth or the lie? In my instance, I'd rather that be a lie than it being true, and then you just told him the truth, and now I'm going to jail.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so I'm saying that was a lie, right?
Yeah. I hope so.
But what I'm saying is if you can't stand up for yourself and I just go and tell Mike, hey, Caleb did this, Mike's going to go, wow, Caleb's a terrible person.
Yeah, they're going to think that the other direction too, though. Say I did actually do that. That's one of my...
so at that point, then just don't be a garbage bag human and you're fine.
See, that's why I'm leaning more towards I would rather them tell the terrible truths.
Yeah, literally whatever...
Because me personally, I know the truths aren't going to be worse than what the lies could be.
Yeah, pick your dirtiest thing. Pick your dirtiest thing about me.
That's how I'm thinking.
If it's something that I did wrong, I should own up to it. That would just be an incentive to live a better life. Yeah.
Just because, like I said, personally, I know the lies people are going to make up are going to be worse than whatever the truth could be.
Hey, I appreciate you listening.
I think I just came to the agree side, so. You should go back to school.
Get lawyered.
Yeah.
Get lawyered.
Real quick.
Lawyer up.
Did you guys say that you thought door shut
is on?
Yeah. For the record, I do think door shut is on.
Jenna said wrong. Then she followed it up with, we need to phone a friend so I can learn you something.
Learnt.
Phone her?
She said you guys should do a phone a friend so I can learn you something.
I'll try it.
Send it.
Yeah.
Throw me the phone.
No, I'd put it on her mic, on his mic,
You're on speaker. I'm going to hold you next to the mic. Go ahead and...
We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
I'm on the podcast?
Yep.
Nope.
Get her closer, probably.
Nope. Go ahead and learn something.
Get me learn.
Let me learn you something. What is the purpose of a door?
Didn't we already have this discussion?
So,
yeah,
Jenna,
we already kind of had our discussion, our little powwow. So I guess you just
let me
get lawyered here for a second.
Jenna, let me learn you something.
No, I'm the learner here.
Okay, yeah, correct. You are the learner. You should get learned. You are the learnee, is what you're trying to say.
No.
That's still not right.
I know.
No.
I'm trying to gaslight her.
You're the teacher, so teach us something.
Yeah. Okay, the purpose of the door is to add a passageway. So if the door
Hey,
is
Jenna.
open,
Jenna, is there a difference between a door and a doorway? Because the purpose of a doorway is to let you through. The purpose of the door is to connect a wall.
The purpose of the door is to not let you through, technically.
Otherwise, you would just have doorways in your homes. If the whole purpose of a door was to let you through, you wouldn't need any doors. You would just say, get learnt.
Silence.
Get learnt. Respectfully, Jenna. That's hilarious.
If it makes you feel better, we also had to discuss this, and then we came to that conclusion. Because off the jump, we were all kind of like, well.
That's so funny.
The 15 seconds of silence.
Yeah.
Followed by...
That was the gears turning.
Huh.
Thanks for the question, though, Jenna. It was fire.
Sorry, Jenna.
okay,
Love you, bye.
See you.
Good boy. Huh.
All right.
It's just, huh.
Huh. Darn tootin'.
Episode 18. Put her in the books.
Here.
It was a good one. We went from talking school, talking Jesus, talking doorways.
You know what I started saying yesterday?
Hmm.
Great Google-a-moogla.
Don't ever say that again.
Great
Don't
googly
ever say that
moogly.
again.
Great Google-a-moogla. Oogla-boogla, googla-moogla.
All right, chill.
I'm so thirsty. Liquid Death,
I
please
have to
sponsor
pee
us.
so hard. Episode 18, put her in the books. If you guys want t-shirts, we got 30, but minus some already because we got some pre-sold. Hit us up if you want one. Give us a size. We'll mark her down when we get them in. We're going to go medium, large, extra large, and 2X. Right?
Yeah.
unless you need a small, but we'll get that on the second batch. But I feel like
if you need an extra size,
if you need a different size, let us know.
If you need a different size, let us know. We can figure it out.
If you need a small, get bigger.
Yeah,
true.
Pretty much.
Yep.
You can say the same thing for the opposite size, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, please order some shorts.
Shorts.
Some shirts.
Shorts next.
Shorts would be sick.
Make some shorts.
A little WWRD jumpsuit going.
Ooh.
Some sweats.
Dude, some joggers.
Oh.
I want a Nike Tech with our logo on it.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
That'd be so tough.
Bro,
we could do that. I have a friend that can embroider.
No, I bet Sierra's friend could literally just buy whatever. I bet she could put the logo on.
She get a tech, then you and me should get matching techs. That'd be so fire.
Sick.
If you guys want to bless us with a tech for Christmas, that'd be fire.
Facts.
We are accepting Christmas gifts, so. But appreciate y'all. Appreciate your support.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hope the audio is better. New mics with all three of us, so I hope there wasn't an echo. If there's an echo,
we'll turn it up for you too.
Yeah, if there was an echo, I'm sorry. We're gonna need Dan the man to come in here and figure that out because that's way over my pay grade. But yeah, you got anything? See ya.
Peace.